We are live.
We're live!
But not live.
No, we tried that. That didn't work sound-wise. Hi, we are home. Christina and Lewis.
From Ascension Dimension.
So, home sweet home.
We've had a few failed attempts at recording
recently.
So...
Well, it started before our summer holiday. We did a wonderful video, about 40 minutes. We were talking about spirituality and our journey, and I forgot to press play. Which was serious. Record. Yeah, play, record. I forgot to press the button. Or I did press the button, but it didn't work. Whatever.
Good point.
And you got really mad, didn't you?
Yeah, to the point where he didn't do any recordings for ages.
Yeah, then he did a recording with me in the van, but that was it. We found that through the summer it was really difficult to record, and yesterday we did one live, because I finally nailed Lewis down. We did one live through StreamYard, and the sound was terrible, so I unlisted it.
Yeah, and so we did a live using StreamYard and plugged in the new mic without testing it. I've tested it on the phone, but I didn't test it using the Mac, the bigger computer, and it threw a wobbly. And the gremlins in the system said, nah, we're going to ruin it. So we're going to try and recap, albeit in a slightly more condensed format, so at least we've had a dry run.
You're just not going to get as much wonderful info.
We did this, we did this, we did this, we did this, the end, bye.
So, we've been travelling all summer. Let's go back to the beginning. We're finally home. We decided to pack up our house end of June to rent it out for July and August. And our friends kindly lent us their super modern mobile home camper van. What's it called?
Motorhome.
Motorhome, thank you. For the month of July. So we had lots of fun in July. And then in August we were kind of living out of a suitcase from one friend's house to another until we got to come home. And then, that was kind of it, really. So we learned some wonderful, valuable lessons, because our original plan when we built these houses was to move out for the summer. But obviously we were supposed to be going to England and Finland and getting out of the country, but we didn't want to go so far, because having holiday rentals, things seem to go wrong, and you always need to be able to be close by to fix it. But we loved van life, I've got to say.
But we're now. I'm just going to double check that this is recording. Yeah, okay. We are. We're glad to be back, and it's nice to have things when you take yourself away, and then you come back and you remember all the things that you missed, and it was nice. So it's nice to have the gym. Like, we've just got a pull-up bar. It's not a big gym, but with like a pull-up bar and a few weights, and I missed that.
Yeah.
Because that kind of went out the window. During the travelling, just little.
Not so much on the van lifestyle, because we did quite a bit of exercise. We were hiking and cycling a lot, but in August it's just too hot in Spain, and we didn't have a firm plan, so there's no way you can work out really when we have no aircon wherever you are. But yeah, and I really missed my bed mainly, and the sauna. I love a sauna, so yeah.
Right, so summer highlights.
Right.
We travelled through rural Andalucia, so parts of the region that don't get a lot of publicity, because normally everyone goes to the coast in the summer. So where we live on the coast, but we went inland and there was not that many people compared to the coast, so there wasn't a lot of traffic.
We had a theme. Our theme was find water.
Yes.
We really love water. We love cold water, and Lewis really wanted fresh water and rivers and stuff. Considering we weren't going to go to Finland this year, which we were doing pre-COVID and stuff, we wanted fresh water. And
it turned out to be a bit of a hack for Spain, because Spain in July and August is very, very hot, and it not only provided us with cold refreshment, like to be able to jump into the moving water, it was also it led us to wonderful natural walks and wildlife and just stunning scenery, waterfalls. It was just like a real hack for having an amazing time. We'll just follow the water. It was amazing. It was really, really amazing. And to be honest, the coast can be a bit mucky. Especially where we are. Yeah. So. And the service isn't that great either compared to when you go up the mountain, I noticed.
They were a lot more friendlier where we went, I think. I don't know if they're just all burnt out here.
But what we were really able to benefit from was the flow state. This is one of the things we mentioned on yesterday when we went live.
So I've been living in flow state for quite a while, and I've been trying to pull Lewis there. But when we were in the van, it was really, really nice to be able to just literally, he was like, well, we've got a plan. I was like, no, we're just going to go. We kept trying to go a certain way up the mountain, and it just wasn't happening. Things kept going wrong. We had to come back down to the coast, so we just decided to go a completely different way. And that flowed well, and it just went really well. We found a park for the night in Salobreña, got there, swam in the sea. It was beautiful. Next day we did a massive bike trip up to the top of the village, which was a killer, but Lewis and Jensen really wanted to do it.
Jensen wanted to do it. The boy wanted to do it.
We wanted to do it, so we all went up like that. it was quite fun, but it was lots of fun. It just all worked really well, and then we made our way up into the Sierras of Jaén to what's the village called?
Well, firstly we did that overnight.
Did the overnight at the river where there's that really nice man.
Yeah, and he was very friendly. He said, "Oh, don't worry, I'll get them to unlock the bathroom for you so you can camp here overnight. Anything you need, just let me know. Here's my phone number." He invited me over to his house. Me and the kids went over and he just gave us some eggs. He said, "Oh, here's some eggs from my chickens. Have a jar of honey." He was chopping off bits of chorizo to give the kids. Have some bread. The kids were just like, "Wow, this is really nice." You have to. You have to check your spidey senses when you're in someone else's house and give them food and stuff. But it was really nice. It was nice to just lean into that as there's nice people. There's still nice people, and I think sometimes we forget that there are nice, generous people. And I tried to give the guy some money. I said, "Can I give you some money?" He was like, "No, just your friendship. And when you're in town next, give me a call." So that was lovely. It was really wonderful. And there was a rope swing into the river, which was pretty cool. So I was doing some flips and stuff into the river.
Leslie didn't do the rope swing, did she? No, just you and Jensen did the rope swing. It was cool. The river was lovely, but I got absolutely eaten alive by mosquitoes. They were that small, they got in through all the mozzie nets, and because we didn't have aircon, because we didn't have hookup, we slept with all the windows open, and me and Leslie just got munched. Our legs were swollen. So okay, we're moving on. We wanted to stay there a couple of nights, but it was not happening. So we moved on to a campsite up in a village near Granada. I forget what that one's called as well. That was really nice. We went to that hippie market. That was really cool.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a nice little campsite. There was a really nice olive tree. We went around the olive groves and stuff. And that's, it was really cool. And then we moved...
the hippie place? What's it called? Where they got the group?
Oh no,
it's gone.
It's gone completely. We've obviously not meant to remember that one this time. And then we started towards Jaén, and off we went up into the mountain. We did a park for a night on the way up, and then we got to Cazorla. We remember the name. Yay, Cazorla. I've been dying to go there for years, and for one reason or another, never got there.
What we didn't mention yesterday, by coincidence, we arrived and there was loads of people walking through this little village, this little town, with rock music t-shirts on and blues t-shirts on, and we were like, "What's going on here?" And the camping caravan stop was packed, and I hadn't seen that any of the travels that short travel.
We hadn't had packed places.
It was full.
Hard to get a spot sort of thing.
And then it transpired that it was the largest blues festival in Europe at that spot, and I liked the blues. I liked the blues.
So that was really cool. Apparently they've been doing it for years, and they've won awards and stuff. And it was the first one, obviously, after the pause of life. The pause of life.
So that's great, because I definitely want to go back there for that.
Oh, I loved Cazorla. It was absolutely amazing. I mean, these guys were because it's so hot. Everyone had water pistols and bottles and sprays and stuff. The kids got a little bit freaked out when we were walking through the massive crowd of people, and everyone was getting us absolutely soaked. But it was really nice and refreshing, because we wanted to do a bit of sightseeing, but the village was just too busy. We did a little bit of a hike we did this little tour thing to the underground caverns of underneath the old chapel, or I don't know, was it a church? Yeah, we're really going to have to look up some of these places we've been. Anyway, we did that, and then we got up, and I found a campsite close by on the old park for a night. I was like, okay, this seems the closest. We'll go there. Yeah, close by as in if you measured it.
As the crow
flies. Google thought it was really close, but it was not.
But it took an hour.
It took an hour to get there.
But that's fine because it was a really nice place.
Yeah, it was a lovely drive, and it was down, and I was getting all upset. I was getting all anxious, like, oh, I'm leaving Catholic, because I wanted to stay close to the village. And then these little animals kept coming out on the road, like, it's okay, giving us the sign that it was all right. And then we ended up in this.
Deer were just popping out onto the road.
Yeah. And we got to this campsite, they're giving us the sign that it was the right way to go, and it was in the cutest, most wonderful little place. We stopped there, we thought, well, we'll do a couple of nights here. We were there for 11 days. It was amazing. There was this river, that's where
we recorded the Dragonfly video,
yeah.
the music video, and so it was like a free camping. There wasn't really allocated spots, but there was just free. You just rock up and
camp where you are. It's kind of wild camping in the site.
But we were right next to a river. There was a fence, like a chain or a wire fence, so that you could see through it. But wild boar would just walk up and down the riverbank. Deer would come in and eat the grass at night. It was so magical. And there were these little baby wild boar.
Yeah,
there's a family of wild boar. So you had the mummy and daddy, and then you had these tiny little wild boars running around.
And they were actually sleeping opposite where we parked our van. We arrived pitch black, and Lewis just went, right, we're parking here. Yeah. We levelled it up and went to sleep. Hooked up the air conditioning and went to sleep. And then there was like this, on the other side of the river, there was like these reeds, bushes and stuff. And from there, that's where the wild boar were coming out. So that was really, really cool. But every time we went into the river, there was just dragonflies, and they kept landing on me and just like sitting on me. I was like, okay, Liz, we have to record dragonfly. We can't leave here until this is done. We did lots of cool hikes. We got some footage, so we will put some footage together of what we did. But it was quite amazing. It was a really cute little village. It was very small, not a lot of people there. There was one supermarket, there was like 2 or 3 bars or restaurants. But then there was this coffee ice cream shop that did the best pancakes. Oh, we loved it.
So the other cool thing is, like, the local supermarket, they had all like unprocessed meats and stuff.
Yeah, it was all
so
fresh
if you wanted meat, it would be like, oh yeah, the hunters went and caught this deer, and that's the deer meat, and they caught a wild boar, and that's the burger meat from it was incredible. You know,
so the carnivores enjoyed that.
There's a lot less meat eating going on in general, I'd say, but if you like meat, you want it to be good meat.
Yeah.
So that was great fun. One of the things that I noticed with Lucy Davis's video with Charlie Ward the other day, she was talking about, like, if you want to contribute to what's happening on the wild, the raising of the frequencies, if you feel drawn to go to places, just go, take the light codes. And I thought, oh, that's really funny, because we were kind of drawn to go to certain places, and we were intentionally going there to anchor in the light and to we don't know what we're doing. We have no idea what we're doing, but we're just kind of like
us, really.
Just like, okay, well, let's bring love, and so, but we did get led to some interesting places. Like, there was we got lost, didn't we?
We got lost in the forest. We were going on this massive hike up a river, and we got told that the kids wouldn't handle walking from this campsite to there. Most people drive there, but we had the bikes, so we're like, oh, we'll just bike it, because we do long bike rides normally with the kids anyway. But we got lost in this forest, and there was like a really heavy, dense fog energy. I think it was the day of the full moon, and everyone was going around. We were just all completely nuts, and I was being drawn up this mountain. I was like, I've got to go up this mountain. But everyone wanted to find the river, so like, we've got to come back to go up that mountain. And I did the wayfinding thing and got us out of the forest, and we managed to do a 36k in total on bikes and walking, I think we did. Kids were we were really impressed. But then we went back the next day and went up that mountain, and it was to some abandoned village, wasn't it? It was really, really beautiful. Yeah. So I go around hugging the trees and just spreading love and just being us really, and thanking nature for what it does.
Yeah, but that's where we really feel great, when we're in nature. And I know a lot of people talk about it, but it really, when we're not doing it, we just don't feel as happy. And when we're doing the walks with the children, jumping in the rivers, cycling through the mountains, it's just the best. It's just the best. I mean, even it beats like walking along the beach and stuff. It's just in the real.
Yeah, it's quicker grounding, I think. I mean, we love the beach as well, but for us, I think it's the more the naturey, the foresty, and the river kind of stuff. That kind of grounding for us is just us. We anchor more like that way. Coming soon, we've got a family inspired song that Lewis is going to finish.
Yeah, it was almost a bit of a meme, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anchor in the light everywhere we go. This is how we flow. So, but it's going to be developed.
I wrote a poem about it because it was just coming to me when we were bike riding in the place in Granada, who we don't remember the name of, and it just kept growing every time we were going somewhere new. That the verses kept growing, and the kids were well up for it. They wanted to write a family song this summer, so we've done that. now we've given all the idea to Lewis, and he's got to make it beautiful. So that was fun. But it was really, really good. We spent more time there than we planned. But I think you managed to let go a lot of your must know where we're going thing. The flow state in the van worked really well for you, didn't it?
Yes, yeah, I really leaned into that. I enjoyed that flow state. I enjoyed leaning into the intuition and just going along with the whole, well, okay, there's some blue here. I mean, I let you do a lot of most of the navigating.
Well, it was just a case of we're going towards this place, and then from there it was like, okay, so what's closer? What do we want now? We want food. This is where we're going. We want to sleep. This is where we're going.
Because even if you don't find where you're supposed to be, you can always stop somewhere, and if you don't find something perfect, you might actually find something more perfect by not finding the place that you were intending to find.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. So we ended up finding a wonderful spot. Which the boy said was one of his favourite days. We were just there for one night, but we ended up filming another music video there.
Yeah, that was the wild camping we did before. So once we left the campsite, we did like a round all the way around the Sierras, and we did wild camping before the next campsite.
And it was stunning.
Oh, it was amazing. We got there for sunset, didn't we? And there was little goats coming out, and the boys played some football. And when I asked the kids what was your favourite time of the summer, Jensen said that day was his best day. It was really, really good. Just to pause, do you want me to turn the light on? Because we are not going to edit this.
It's fine.
We're going to leave
it. Looks good.
Okay, just double checking, because we don't have a good track record with this episode in particular. But and then that was really, really good. And I was like, right, we're going to do another music video. And Lewis has not resisted as much as when I do those gentle pushings. You've just been going with it, I mean, you've been going with the flow.
Yeah. And I am starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed with all the musical stuff that I want to get done, but I am at least dedicating time to it now. I've did some singing practice today, did some guitar practice today, and been doing a bit of, I haven't done any social media today, but I will. Actually, no, I did. I reposted that video, and 40 people have seen it now.
Okay.
On TikTok.
Interesting.
You find me on TikTok now.
Yeah, Lewis is
and
with TikTok and Instagram. He'll be doing more, but it's just got to start being a musician. What is it you call yourself?
Secret musician.
Secret musician.
I need to be a not so secret musician.
He's going to stop being a secret musician, he says. So he's actually going to finish his songs and start recording them. He's got a lot of finished songs, not saying that he hasn't, but he does. So, the second part of the summer, we were living in a suitcase. We packed a lot of stuff in that van. I ended up camping at my mum's with loads of stuff. She's been great throughout August, feeding us loads. We've been leaning on her a lot and doing all our washing. That was nice. But yeah, I didn't enjoy living at other people's houses so much. It was a nice contrast, we house sat for some friends who just bought a place. Then we went to see some friends in Seville. Enjoyed some nice 10 days with them. And then we camped in the van again in our friend's back garden. So it was really nice change of pace and stuff. Oh, and then we had our anniversary weekend, didn't we? We could do a whole video
Ubida.
about Ubida. I think we will, because that had its own challenges all by itself. But I think we've learnt a lot this summer, and it's definitely brought us together and made us realise what we want moving forward, because we've been not umming and ahhing. We knew what we wanted to do, but we kind of keep falling back into the loop of, do we want to just carry on doing what we're doing? But no, we're very clear on what we want to do, our new way forward.
The travelling was magic. We've had our freedom of movement taken away, and so it was so nice to exercise that freedom of movement and really just go for it. The challenge is to try and keep up the diet, because the diet kind of goes out the window a bit, we find, when we're travelling. So to have a bit more discipline with that, and also doing exercise and the qigong and stuff like that.
Yeah, Lewis's routine went out the window completely. He had no diet, no control, and no exercise, and no mental health. I kept up my mental health as in my journaling, and I was doing qigong at least 3 or 4 times a week. I might not have been doing it daily, but I was very much just going with the flow. And I managed to keep myself together. But no, the exercise in July, we were pretty good, because we were hiking and we were doing the cycling. It was August that was hard. So moving forward, we do want to get our own motorhome. We like that kind of travelling, don't we? We really do. So we know what we want out of the travelling with the kids at this age especially, and it just brings you all together as a family, and you're just doing lots of outdoorsy stuff, which we absolutely love. So we might as well make the most of it while we can, and enjoy it as a family before girlfriends and boyfriends and stuff happen. That's not happening, but, they're very young. They're very young still.
Right.
So
next,
what was your the pros and cons of the summer? What was your
Well, we've kind of covered it.
Yeah.
It was the pros is just absolute freedom. Cons, not being able to keep the routine. But we did learn that there's a lot of things that we can live without, and we can live with a lot less water, with a lot less power. A
lot less electricity and gadgets and
it kind of not forces, but it kind of encourages you to just spend more time focusing on the kids and being present.
Yeah, it was interesting, because I had the plan of doing a video still every week live while we were travelling, but that didn't happen because we didn't have very good internet connection up in the middle of nowhere, which wound this one up a treat. He was constantly annoyed with his phone because he couldn't get on anything to figure anything out.
Can I have your hotspot,
anything.
babe? I need your hotspot. Can you give me your hotspot, babe?
He was constantly on my hotspot because I had unlimited internet and he didn't. So as soon as the summer was over, that's the first thing we fixed. But I think the theme of the summer has been Lewis needs to learn to live without the internet. I'm sorry, I'm going to have a little laugh there. But yeah, he that one's been a big lesson for him. But I think it's really brought us together as a couple as well. I've learnt to not...
More about that, about when we talk about the trip to England.
We did we got back for the 1st of September, and then we did an impromptu trip to England, which is a whole little episode all in itself, because we did a lot of work on ourselves.
And we went to the first ever soul school.
We went to the first ever soul school, but we're going to talk about that next time, because I've got a lot to say about that. I absolutely loved it. But summer brought a lot of lessons, a lot of growth, anchored in the flow state and the lifestyle that we've got, which we absolutely love.
And we got a lot of time to talk to the kids about energy and talk about maybe there's fairies in the forest, and just the kids were very open to talking about like what might be, and maybe I saw a dragon, and just really encouraging that wide open mindedness that they've still got,
Yeah, we really we do like playing on that one. Jensen and I are always talking about dragons. We really love dragons, and we're always talking to our dragons in the forest and searching for their energy. But Lesty's really got a thing for fairies and pixies more than anything. So that's quite interesting. She would go for the mischievous more versions. But yeah, it was really, really nice, especially in the forests that we've been in. Then we went round to Castril, just to finish we went round Cazorla, around Castril. So this is the Sierras of Cazorla, Las Yeguas and Las Villas, I think, in Jaén, which is, I think it's like the best kept secret of Spain, because there was a lot of Spanish tourism, but there's not a lot of international tourism.
And if you like olive oil is the best. I mean,
olive oil everywhere. So it seemed to be water and olive trees were part of our route. I was hugging a lot of olive trees, which were very fascinating trees that I found out about.
But there's a great river in Castril, like
yes.
fast and freezing cold.
Very cold.
Really fast and really cold. It was brilliant. And it was baking, so you'd be like 35 degrees outside, and you could just jump in this river, and you'd be cold, like
numbs your toes, kind of cold. It was like
in a minute.
Oh, it was amazing, and it had quite a fast flowing current, so the kids would get in a bit higher and do the Superman thing, and he'd catch them. I wouldn't catch them because I could barely stand up in this thing. But it was really, really good. It was really good. You did the Superman.
I tried it and I smashed my hip against a rock, and it was really painful. But I tried it.
You did try it. You did try it. We all tried these things. Yeah, I really enjoyed the bit where you were holding my hands and I got to flow away with it. It was good. But we went to the market there in Castril because it was our daughter's birthday while we were there, and I started talking to this old man in the cafe. We stopped for a coffee. He was just very friendly and smiled, and I talked to him. It was very nice, and he was talking about this church or this statue that was on top of this mountain, and I asked him about it, and he had a lot of knowledge of the area. Turns out he's an old army Legion guy from Franco days, and he said that when the army took possession again of this area, they put this statue at the top, and the day they went to inaugurate the statue, lightning had struck it and it fell down, and they had to do it again on 8 days later, which was bizarre because no one's ever seen anything like it. And so we did the hike, we paid and got to the top of this statue and found out all the history. So it was a village used to sit on the top of the mountain there, and at the top you had this massive statue of Jesus, but with quite a cartoony kind of face, whereas they're normally quite serious, all these statues of religious things, but I found this one to be quite different. It was very bizarre. There's a bit of a weird energy up there, so we went up there and did our thing up there. Celeste and I got to spend a lot of time up there, and it was really, really nice. But from up there we could see the dam, where the dam had been as blocking now what used to be the free-flowing river, and you could see that the river was obviously very deep because it's carved out this way through the mountains, and now it's not as deep because there's a dam there. It's a lot more shallow, but it was quite a nice perspective from up there. We've got some footage from up there, so we'll put that in our little fun holiday reels that we'll put together.
Yeah, that was good.
But I really enjoyed that, and it was nice talking to the old boy. He gave me his phone number and everything. It was really, really nice. He freaked Leslie was looking at me. He's only got one tooth, but he was like
nice old guy.
Yeah, it was a really nice man. And we went to the restaurant that had the best chocolate cake there, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
That was very good.
That was really, really good.
Yeah.
And then after that, we had to come back down to the coast. So yeah, we really enjoyed van life. If you didn't get that from this video, we thought it was amazing.
So the houses are for sale. MalagaLuxury.com. If you want to check it out, we've got a couple of spa villas. It's just not something that we want to focus on anymore. We want to have a bit more freedom. So if you want something that's going to generate some good money.
Yeah, we built them for a lifestyle that we know no longer it's not our life anymore, really. It's not who we are, is it? We've changed a lot.
So hit me up in the comments if you want to know anything about it. But yeah, the website is MalagaLuxury.com.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going to do something else.
Yeah. So. We have no plan as to what we want to do. We just know we don't want to do this anymore, and we will make the plans. Flow state doesn't require plans, you see. We just know that we need to be travelling. It's very clear that we're going to have a base, but we definitely want to be travelling a lot more. And that's it. So I think that covers our summer highlight catch up. We will put some nice videos out of our family adventures. Lewis is working more on his music now, and there'll be stuff coming out. There's 3 songs that should be coming out sooner rather than later.
Yeah. No, I've been working on all sorts of stuff like traumas and the sort of spiritual aspect.
Yeah.
And self-healing and but we'll cover that. And that's probably why the spiritual episode got sabotaged.
Yes.
Because there's so many more things to talk about now.
Yeah.
So we will cover that in a future chat.
We are going to be doing weekly chats again. We just haven't picked a day yet, have we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll wrap it up now. It feels like that's been quite a long time now.
Yeah. Kids probably starving, so we should probably get back to that.
Got to feed the kids.
Yeah, got to feed the kids and the cats. Oh.
Okay.
House again. So, if you've got any questions, leave us comments. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button. And,
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Namaste. Bye.